Hey everybody, it's Party Elite. Welcome you back to another live streamed session of Suzerain. It's been quite the week on my end, folks, as those of you who've been following me on Twitter or have been on the Discord are probably very well aware of. But hopefully we're back on track and back in action, and I hope all of y'all have had better weeks yourselves. I can't believe it's another Friday already. Just like that, February's gonna be gone, and the next thing you know, it's 2022. It's wild. I know I say it often, but it really is wild, isn't it? Folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it might be. Hope you're ready for the weekend ahead. Hope you're ready for the Friday ahead. I hope it has some form of excitement and joy ahead of you. But for now, you're stuck with me. No, I mean, I imagine you're here because you want to be. No one's here because they don't want to be. Folks, a warm welcome to all of y'all who are joining in right off the bat over here. Wolf Ravenwood actually kicking things off, joining in as a member right off the bat. So thank you very much for that, Wolf. I greatly appreciate it. Again, that kind of stuff really helps the channel, just keeps it all sustainable, keeps these live streams sustainable. So thank you very much. Kicking off the stream with a new member, a new knight, as it were. Make sure that if you are in our Discord, by the way, shoot me a private message if your role doesn't get automatically assigned, so we can get that sorted out. Either message me or let the mods know, or whatever is easier or more convenient for you. But apart from that, I want to, of course, give a warm welcome as well to Jazzy B, Natalie P, David B, 6X Lord, Spindle, T in Suzerain time, hell yeah. We've got Saketh joining in, Mooney, Alfaisal, hey. We have Phantom Berg, we have Lakshya Pity, and Ease. How's it going, buddy? Zoo Empire, hey. I am, well, Spindle, we're getting there. We should be back on track now, is what I'm gonna say for now. Lakshya Pity, let's see whether Party gets assassinated or not. Honestly, I feel like it's a bit of a dice roll. I feel like our survivability right now, not like as an in-game, it's always a dice roll. I feel like because of the circumstances we've set up for ourselves, it's a bit of a dice roll. At any moment, we're gonna like, just, the screen will go black and it'll be like, yeah, game over. You won't even know what happened. I wouldn't be surprised if that's how we go. Not yet, Ease. I did not have a chance yet. I'll probably check her out after, I don't know about after the stream, after I'm done like recording and stuff today, when I'm able to just kind of like zone out and listen to music. I like to listen to fresh music like properly the first time I listen to it without worrying about like the day's work and all that kind of crap. So this evening I'll probably check her out. But yeah, I haven't heard her yet. Happy Friday to you as well, Keith Rowe. Happy Friday to you as well, Sean Scheitel. How's it going, buddy? James Shepard. Hey, dude, love these streams. Normally working and having to watch on catch up. Are you joining us today, or you gotta work today as well? Either way, glad you could drop by at least for a little bit. Appreciate it greatly. Zoo Empire. 1 year ago today at a soccer game, I got knocked out and had a jeez, had a seizure. That's rough, man. I hope you've like recovered all right from it. That's I imagine there's a concussion there at the very least, and that stuff's rough. Yeah, and if you're enjoying, Ease has the right of it, hit that like button, folks. If you've been enjoying these streams, if you've been enjoying this series, if you like this approach to streaming games and covering games, I like it, but if you like it, let me know. Leave a like, whether you're watching live or as the VOD. Lakshya, I totally butchered your name. Oh, I'm sorry. Give me like a little pronunciation guide, and I'll try and get it right. My apologies. I am indeed, Elena, better being the operative word. We'll be good. High-end buy, says Esteban, doing a stream flyby to drop a like. Well, I appreciate it, Esteban. Hope you're having a good time, man. Thanks for dropping by. It's been some time. I hope you can join us for a longer duration sometime in the future, but thanks for dropping by, dude. Have a good Friday and weekend ahead of you. All right, let's go ahead and dive on in, shall we? Domin Kosi, how's it going? Hello. All right, last session has kind of set us up for at least a few situations. Chapter 2, A New Sordland. Now, we kicked off Chapter 2, 2 sessions ago now? So far, it's been okay, but trouble is a-brewing. And when I say trouble, I'm a little concerned about our household potential troubles. So far, I mean, again, we've had our budget conversations, we've had our tax conversations. I believe it was last session that we decided to collectively, as a democracy might, We decided to decrease the taxes for small and medium businesses, but we increased the taxes for large corporations, much to Ease's sadness in particular. I turned to look at chat and I see right there, we need to get PE killed so he can go on a proper totalitarian playthrough. Yep, case in point. Case in point. But yeah, we did that. We've got some money going towards Nia's anti-corruption police as well. There's some reason to believe, though it's not like known or set in stone, there's reason to believe that I think it was Lilius might be corrupt, or might be turning a blind eye to corruption. And I suppose turning a blind eye to corruption may as well be corruption in itself, right? So that's a thing, which is why, again, the internal affairs budget, if you will, has been given to the Ministry of Justice, as opposed to I forget the name of the ministry that Lilius is the head of. Political overview, cabinet, Lilius, Minister of Interior. Yeah, so Justice and Law got it, Interior did not. I mean, if you just compare their hairstyles as well, I mean, I'm not saying that's part of the reason, but, you know, it might be. But apart from that, we got the Workers' Rights Act happening as well. We've basically been making enemies of, well, everyone. Our driver and our family, I would say, are probably our only friends. I feel like Nia maybe likes us a little bit. Peter, our best friend since like high school or whatever, he probably still likes us. But yeah, up over here, this top note is why I feel like we're going to have some trouble at home. And I am joking about it a little bit, but I feel like trouble's brewing. I rejected Monica's request to make the opening speech for Benfey Festival instead of Mayor Anrika Curtin-Lest. Again, our stance was that her request was coming from a place of nepotism. She was asking me to twist people's arms because of my position of power and because of her and my personal connection. I am not okay with that, because then I become part of the problem, and she's part of the problem as well if she expects me to say yes to that request. But it's very clear that she did expect me to say yes to that request. We went out for like a romantic walk or what have you, and it ended up with stone cold silence as I had to reject that request of hers. And again, it came up because one of her friends, oh man, like the whole thing reeks of nepotism. One of her friends got fired from her job for requesting maternity leave, which is garbage. And then immediately afterwards, they hired a friend of like the CEO or something to replace her, which is also garbage. And so my wife's friend calls my wife to, like, I guess try and pull some strings, which is also garbage. And then my wife tries to, I don't know, leverage our relationship, which is also garbage. It's trash all around, folks. But hey, that's the life of our presidency, I suppose. Oh man, not sure, but Ease will find a way. I was talking about trying to murder me. Can you commit atrocities? I mean, you can certainly allow atrocities to happen, as far as I've seen. I don't know if you can commit them yourself, but you can certainly be party to them. Son of the board of directors was the person. Ah, yes. Thank you. Yes. You're already part of the problem because, I don't know about that, Sean. I don't know about that. I'm keen to see how the Benfey Festival plays out. I've always given it into Monica. Oh, really? Have you? Okay, interesting. All right, well, let's see how this plays out. I'm sure it'll come up soon. I don't think we have any other events to look at, and we did take a look at the news before we ended last session, so we're headed right over to Laren. Okay, so this is not the festival. This is a visit and inspection of schools in Laren, right? It sounds like the theme of the upcoming... oh my god, Natalie. Calling out my disdain for litter. I guess... I mean, the game didn't note any litter on the path, but guaranteed there was some. Guaranteed there was some. So yeah, I feel like our upcoming section is going to be focusing on health and education primarily, and then I feel like like women's rights activists. Well, I think those will be the three pillars of this next section. So let's go ahead and visit this school over here. As part of the planned program, we arrived in Laren to visit a middle school. The prestigious Torin Hill School, was situated close to the suburbs just outside of the city center. The building was flanked by two hills, each beautifully dotted with shrubs and flowers. Lucien, Ciara, and I got out of our cars and met at the entrance. Our presence had not gone unnoticed. Apart from our guards, there were at least 10 reporters following us around. Paparazzi, man, I tell you. That must be the principal. Right this way, sir. The principal was a man of short stature with a bushy mustache and a pair of glasses. He approached us quickly, but was stopped by the security guards. They started patting him down and searching him. Okay, listen, I'm sorry. You're going to describe him like that, and you're not going to make a comment on this man's beard? Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just saying. A stray teabag on the floor? Man, that's a crime worse than just a simple act of littering. That won't be necessary. Let him through, or wait for them to finish. Nah, man. Honestly, anybody could assassinate me, including this principal. You know, it's standard procedure. It's standard procedure. Wait for them to finish. I'm sure it's protocol, right? That's a choice, 6X Lord. Are you talking about the beard there? Definitely a choice. Definitely a choice. Classified, how's it going, buddy? Glad you could join in today. Good morning to you. Hope you've been having a wonderful week. Been one with a little less interaction from me this week, unfortunately. Sean Scheitel, basis government one group trying to control another. All right. Okay. Okay. I mean, there are what's the quote? There are leaders and there are followers. All right. I waited for them to finish searching the principal. One of the guards turned to me and nodded. Nod. Yes, this man's going to kill you. Mr. President, such an honor to meet with you. I'm just going to shake his hand and smile for the cameras. It's just like, I don't know, we haven't really been about that gross photo opportunity kind of stuff, have we? I guess we should be. You know what, actually, I take it back. We went out to personally visit a bunch of villages and stuff earlier. That was definitely along the lines of shaking hands and smiling for cameras. So he will feel used. He will feel used. I feel used. The president is visiting your school, clearly a private school. Seems like a private school, at least. I guess I'm making an assumption there. I feel like he has everything to gain. I'll give him a smile for the cameras. I think he, if anything, he's going to be putting this picture up in like the school halls and whatnot. We shook hands and I turned around to smile for the cameras. Reporters instantly snapped a few photos. Plus, I mean, it's good PR, and I could definitely use some good PR. Let's be honest. Yeah, sometimes you got to play the game of politics. Exactly. Welcome to our humble school. Oh God. Sorry about the security guards. It's a necessity, standard procedure. It's good to be here. Look, I have nothing to apologize for. Yeah, it's good to be here. Excellent. You must be Mr. Galati. It's a pleasure to meet you. And Miss Walda. So good of you to come all the way out here. Thank you. At the entrance, the school's motto was inscribed on the wall in giant letters. Oh God, you're gonna make me read such a lot. Instreston sis Anginikar, oh my God, Avgeregna, oh my God, what is this? Int Ola Almergwaltin, Int Ola Mexis. What is this? What is this? Education is the premise of progress in all societies, in all families. Okay, well, I'm glad you believe that, or at least claim to believe that. We walked through the gates. There were many students lined up in front of the stairs to the main building. The school band started playing as we entered. All of the students immediately snapped to attention and turned to me. Oh dear, snapping to attention for a... Oof, okay. Looks more like a military institution than a school. Exactly. And that's what we pride ourselves on. Discipline has the utmost importance in our school. Okay, I mean, yeah, some discipline never hurt anyone. But also we need more educated people, not soldiers. I mean, gee, this is a tough set of options. Shoot them or enlist them. Oh my lord. He's probably gonna crash early today. Been up since 4:30 a.m. Oh my lord. Yeah, dude, that sounds entirely reasonable. I feel like it's something to do with the time of year. I've been awake since, like, awake and like laying in bed since like 5 or something. It's kind of ridiculous, and it's like 10 a.m. now over here. David coming through with a super chat and or a super sticker, I suppose it's called. Is that a cup of tea? That's amazing. Is that a cup of tea or a cup of joe? Either way, dude, thank you very much for that. Appreciate it greatly. As I say always, that kind of stuff really helps the channel. really helps these live streams stay sustainable as well. And honestly, those animations are adorable as well. I'm going to be honest. I enjoy those animations quite a bit. So thank you very much for that super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Wolf Gamer, how's it going, buddy? Glad you could drop by. Glad you could... Oh my God, David. Oh dear. Was that an accident, or was that just 2 cups of tea? Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you very, very much. A cup of blood for our reformist president. Oh God, whose blood? Is it my own blood? Yo, you're making me think of that scene from It, but like the old one, not the new one that came out like a couple years ago. Don't agree with him, but don't dismiss him. So you're just saying very good. What 1 cup for each of us? That makes sense, Seketh. I feel like very good is... God, you know, I'm going to say some discipline never hurt anyone. Discipline has the utmost importance in our school. This is a tough one. I'm going to say some discipline never hurt anyone. That was a tough set of options, I'm going to be honest. Ciara bristled. Yeah, I'm not surprised she's upset at that, but that's not exactly what I meant. Up to a point, perhaps. Look at these kids. That's what I meant. A little discipline is good. Up to a point. That's exactly what I meant. I can assure you that our students are very well educated. In fact, our school is one of the top 10 middle schools in the entirety of Sordland. Now, we will watch the students take their daily student oath. Oh dear. A boy and a girl went up to the stage and grabbed their microphones. The students turned to them. I am Sword. My strength lies in my blood. Holy crap. This is a problem. I will respect our honorable elders. I will protect the young. My life belongs to Sordland now, and it will belong to it forever. I will always follow the guiding light of Colonel Saul and the great swords. Amorgna West Core, Vectern Sista. Holy crap, man. Yo, that ain't right. Listen, like, most of the, like, this is, like, mostly okay. Like, it's a little indoctrinating, you know? There's definitely a middle ground to be had here. But that first line and that second last line, those are a little problematic. I'ma do nothing. Yeah, exactly. I'ma do nothing here. This definitely looks like a military school. It looks like a military school. It looks like a private school that prides itself in, like, this kind of thing. Yeah. Oh my lord. Yikes is right. Hot damn. Okay. Just gonna kind of, like, I don't know, tap my toes and look at the floor. I can picture it too. All these kids, you know, standing at attention proper, you know, like heels together. What is it? Heels together, toes apart, is it? Or toes together, your hands by your side. Oh, God, I can picture it. I almost forgot the words, which proves the uselessness of this oath. No one even remembers it after they graduate. If you wish to follow me, we will take a look at one of our classrooms. See, like, I'd be okay with if it was like, yeah, every morning or every Wednesday assembly we sing the national anthem or whatnot. Like, that's you know, the national anthem, like, that's normal. Like, here in Canada in public schools, every morning, over the PA, they do the national anthem. It's really disappointing to see how, like, nobody, you know, seems to respect it whatsoever. But you know, apart from, like, teachers and what have you, but like, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. This is weird. This is weird, and this is decidedly not the national anthem. This is the student oath. It's not even like, oh man. Okay. Okay. So if you wish to follow me, we will take a look at one of our classrooms. Through the hallways, we made our way to classroom 7A. As soon as I entered, the whole classroom rose up and snapped to attention. Oh dear Lord. Sit down, please. The students sat down. The same boy and girl walked up to us. This feels very staged. They forgot to click their heels. Oh my god. That just makes me think of Kingsman, the movie. The burning of the blood is the classic playground game in this school. Oh my god, Jazzy B. God damn it. Cedar Emperor, now let them kids be soldiers so you can easily enlist them. Yeah, I mean, yeah, war's brewing to the north, I suppose. I'd argue that's not normal either, and we're just indoctrinated. You mean the national anthem thing, Terrent Q? I mean, that's the thing. Is it's like I understand this kind of stuff to a degree. The national anthem is typically perfectly like innocuous, I guess. I'm okay with that. It's a tough conversation because it's a deep conversation, not a tough conversation. It's a long conversation, I suppose. These are our top students and our top class. This here is my son. Oh, okay, we got nepotism right down to these ranks, eh? The boy came before me and saluted me like a military soldier. Oh my god, military officer. You know, you're not an officer, you're just a kid. Come on. Tell me, Mr. President, what you want to be. Oh, tell Mr. President what you want to be. I'm sorry. I'm so, like, shattered by these kids. I can't even read right. Mr. President, I want to be a general, sir. I am ready to sacrifice myself for my country and you, sir. Holy crap, man, you're in middle school. This is nonsense. What are you teaching these students? Yeah? Good, you will make a fine soldier in the future. Is Ease still around, or did you already book it, man? Because if Ease is still around, I will do whatever I can to not let that happen. I'm a straight up go with number 1 over here. Tell him he's cannon fodder. Antoine, what's the I see your is it? What's the question about? Having some patriotism never hurt anyone. Yeah, there's there's Ease. There he is. I was like, saw that coming. I honestly, I think I'm gonna call this guy out. What the hell, man? This guy's in middle school. He's in middle school. He's walking up to me, saluting me, telling me he wants to be a general. Dude, like, dream of being an astronaut or something, or like a, I don't know, like a superhero. Okay, middle school's a little too old for that. 2? No, I'm not going with 2. I'm decidedly not going with 2. It's either 1 or 3. 3 to me is just like, I want to make sure that you don't need to be a soldier, which I like. 1 is just like calling, you know what? Okay, let's not call the principal out in front of all these students, because that's obviously just like, that's a private conversation. 3, I think, is that fair middle ground. Yeah, I see that coming up in chat as well now. Elder Irish, glad you could join us, man. Happy Friday. Hope you're all having a good morning/day. Miserable here, heavy rain all day. Sorry to hear that, buddy. But I hope the rest of the weekend is nice for you at least. Glad you could drop by today as well. Thanks for coming through. And we've been having like a crazy snowstorm that's basically lasted these last 3 days, but it's supposed to melt away over the weekend, which is unfortunate. I like a good bit of snow for the winter. He'll try to coo you. Yeah, honestly, jeez. Nah, I'll do whatever I can to not let that happen. I think that's fair. Look at this kid's face, man. Thank you, sir. Oh, that's not what I meant. The principal squeezed his son's shoulders, and the boy looked up and smiled to his father. He patted him on the back and sent him off to his seat. The cameras flashed. This is simply ridiculous. You're raising soldiers here, not students. I am so sorry. I will immediately perform disciplinary actions. Oh, God. How about you, young lady? What do you think about this? There we go. I was waiting for it. I was like, I've noticed that one of these two got called up by Mr. Principal here. She is our top student in this school. Her excellent grades are to... I didn't ask you. She bent down and gently addressed the young student. What do you think about your school? Just between us girls. I'm sick of having to knit and sew while the boys learn science and chemistry. I'm smarter than all of them. Why do I have to take these stupid handcraft classes? Shh! Do you know who you're talking? Shut up! Let her speak. Tiara's presence had emboldened the girl. She went on. My math and reading scores are the best in the school, but they won't let me take the classes I want just because I'm a girl. I want to be a scientist, not some soldier's wife. You see? Young boy, look, you see? You heard her, Mr. Principal. You'll make the necessary changes at once, but knitting and sewing are important skills to have for a woman. We need more people like you in this country. I applaud your determination. Oh, damn. Well, 1 and 3. I'm torn between 1 and 3. You heard her, Mr. Principal. You will make the necessary changes at once. Or we need more people like you in this country. I applaud your determination. Like, what is that? I feel like 3 is just like a... I like your gumption, kid. All right, on with my press tour. That's what 3 sounds like to me. It sounds very non-committal. It sounds like, good job, kid. You know, like when you were a child and like nobody took you seriously. That's what 3 feels like. I'm gonna go with 1. Don't spam the same number multiple times. It's not gonna make me lean towards it more. I can see your name next to the number. It doesn't make me go, oh, lots of people want to go with this option. Don't do that. The only thing that'll get you is a timeout. Please. 3 is aspirational. 3 is support of her position. I feel like 1 is support of her position, but it's also taking action. 1 is simply supporting her, not all girls. Okay, so you think that 1 is necessary changes just for her specifically? I feel like 3 is a sidestep. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I'm gonna take the risk and go with 1. Hopefully it's understood as like the necessary changes, you know, across the board, not just for this one person. But we'll find out, I suppose. You heard her, Mr. Principal. You'll make the necessary changes at once. Yeah, 3 sounds empty. That's another good way to put it. As you wish, sir. At once. I will personally check back and ensure that the changes are made. Oh, hot damn. Dude, you're getting your chief strategist to visit the school again? I applaud your determination is kind of condescending. Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting at. It's patronizing. It's like when you were a kid and you had something serious on mind, and if, you know, your teachers or the authority figures were just like, yeah, you're real smart, kid. Like that level of like patronizing, yeah, condescension. That's what I got from that. 3 will also show that guy what he should do. I think this guy needs to be told what to do, if I'm completely honest. Yeah, honestly, good for this guy. He's our chief strategist. For him to come all the way back over here to check on this, that's a blank threat or that's a serious bit of commitment there. Yes, sir. The cameras flashed once again. Oh, God. Interesting timing. I looked around the classroom and saw a large portrait of Colonel Saul. Oh, no. Okay, hang on a second. This is weird. I feel like, you know what? Okay, take it down. I don't care about his background details. Fact of the matter is, he is not... I think it's weird enough to have the current head of state or head of government's like portrait in a classroom. I think that's super weird. Just in general, I don't think political... Oh, God damn it, he's historically important, though. But, oh my God, this game, man, it tears me apart. Hot damn. Okay, how much of a historical figure is he? Like, second president. No, he's not the first president. You're gonna have only the portrait of the second president, but not the portrait of the first president? Nah, there's clearly bias over here. We're gonna have this taken down. Don't say anything. Somebody else saying vote. I don't know if it's worth. I think we'll go ahead and say take it down. Just stare at it. I think we'll take it down because again, like I just said, it's like, okay, yeah, he's a historically important figure, fair, but you don't also have the first president, who arguably is more important. Question, maybe. And you also don't have Alphonse, who again we don't agree with. But he was also historically important. So clearly there's a bias here. There's a reason why this man's up here. And also we've already seen this like Saulist agenda in like the student oath and stuff, which is like not okay. Not okay. Gandhi is important, but we don't have a portrait of him in my class. That's true too. It's actually like in class too, which is also very weird. It's like Saul is watching you. Maybe he graduated from here? Yeah, but this isn't an alumni wall, though it's a clever loophole. Nah, take that down. We're gonna get assassinated by a school principal. But, sir, that's a portrait of Colonel Saul. We can't just take it down. You know what? Yeah, you're all about discipline over here? You're all about discipline in these parts? I gave you an order. Set to hide the alert box there as YouTube decided to open up these floodgates of subscribers. I do want to say thank you, though, to Daniel Nikic, Legendary, that's a fun way to write that out, Marion Ferenc, Kevin Aki, Luring King 360, Alex Ramos, Balaguer, and William Owens. Thank y'all very much for subscribing. Hope y'all are enjoying the show, whatever it is you're watching, whether it's this or something else. If it is this, leave a like. If it's not this, then, well, thank you anyway, and hopefully through the cosmos you can feel my gratitude coming through. Alright, alert box, can I turn you back on now? Is it safe? Yeah, it's looking safe. Solism is a whole movement. It is indeed. Sakith, what are we holying? First President's son is in your cabinet, though, and is a nice guy, so he has his own legacy. First President's son. Yeah, but, like, I'm talking about portraits of, like, the First President. Like, that's, you know, that's an important figure. The subs are for Saul? Oh, God. The principal reluctantly took the portrait down, you know, for a man who's all about discipline. Again. Even the reporters looked confused for a minute before taking many photos of the portrait being taken down. Ciara was smiling, and when she realized I was looking at her, she nodded. Well then, unfortunately, we're almost out of time. We have other meetings to attend to today. Thank you for the warm welcome. Mr. President, Lucian, please, go ahead. I would like to speak with the girl alone. Thank you for the tour. We don't have to be rude to the man. We've already broken his spirit, broken his soul. Thank you for the tour. Oh, those subscribers, just to be clear, Sean, those subscribers are like YouTube subscribers. Yeah, it's weird because in Twitch, a subscriber is the equivalent of a YouTube member. But either way, I mean, hey man, don't worry about it. I appreciate the company and the viewership and all that, all the same. Nothing to worry about there, buddy. I can smell a coup coming. Oh, definitely, dude, from a mile away. From a mile away. Thank you for visiting our school, sir. Come on, class. 1, 2. Oh, no. All students in the classroom yelled, but the boy whom I met was the loudest. Amorgna West Corps! Just turn around and walk off? Oh, God. No. Vector insists that. We're not gonna just... No. Walks out the door picking up the boy? Yeah, no, don't think so. Don't think so. First president was removed by the military who ruled for 2 years before Saul restored a democracy that lives to this day. Saul is a great example of a hero who has lived long enough to become a crook. Man, you made the effort to quote like 9/10 of the quote, and you didn't go all the way to the end. Come on, Jazzy, come on. But yes, I do agree. After another round of photos, we departed. Very well. That's gonna, man. I feel like we should start like a non-financial betting pool of like who will be the one that pulls the trigger, who will ultimately be the one that assassinates me. I feel like we gotta like get our predictions in so we can, when it finally happens, we can see who guessed correctly. All right. Before we dive on into this, let's take a look at what the news has to say about my visit over here. You ran out of characters. Oh, yeah, true. That's fair. I forgot there's a character limit to chat. So, I mean, I guess that makes sense, actually. I'm going to call it weird, but 9 out of 10 times it probably makes sense. Yeah, news tomorrow. President was killed by the principal with a portrait of Saul near him. The Hall Sword Post. Let's start. It's always in reverse chronology, I think. Assembly talks about prayer language. Today, Kisaro Kibner, the leader of the NFP, has proposed the Swordish Prayer Language Act to the Assembly. The proposed bill aims to standardize the language of prayer to Swordish in the entire Sordland. Dude. Prayer language has always been a controversial topic as most of the religious ceremonies in the Bergia region, where most of the Bludish population resides, conduct the prayers in Bludish. The proposal has caused heated discussion between the Bludish MPs and NFP, resulting in Mansoon Leek, the leader of the independent MPs, leaving the assembly in protest. Nice. So again, the NFP are the National Front Party. These guys are nationalist, ultra-conservatives, and now they're trying to extend their reach into religion. Great, fantastic. Havoc coming in there trying to convert me to what? I hope not to this nonsense. But dude, how's it going? Glad you could drop by today. Hope you're having a good time. Thanks for coming through. I'm in with prayer, says Sean. Wait, you mean you're down with this? Bludish as opposed to reddish. God damn it. Kill me now. End me. Terra and Q, it better not be Surge. I don't think my heart could take it. No, that man's not going to betray us. We paid for his kids' like, educations. No way. No way he's going to betray us. Oh, he might... No. I was just going to say he might be put in a situation where he can't help but be a part of it, you know? But I don't think he'd do it willingly. Alright, President visits school in Laren. A middle school in Laren received a special visit from President Rain and Minister of Education, Mrs. Walda. Students and staff at Torren High School, one of the 5 most prestigious schools in East Sordland, welcomed the special visitors on Thursday morning. President Rain had expressed his wish to visit the successful Torren Hill School, I keep saying high school, sorry, and spent the morning talking with staff and students, joining in with lessons, and hosting questions and answer sessions with the students. Through this visit, Torren Hill is delighted to have had an opportunity to represent the fantastic job that all staff members have been doing. I kind of wish we were able to play a bit more of that, actually. That would have been fun. That would have been fun. Oh yeah, let's be careful. No spoilers. I don't know if sometimes it's hard to tell when someone's like joking about what could happen with the plot versus actually knows what will happen with the plot. So like I guess just let me know if it's like this is not a spoiler. Or I don't know. It's a tough thing to balance because I do want to like find out what happens. I have not played the game through because I want to experience it together. All right, Sordland today has this to say: Rain brings Saul's portrait down. During a school visit in Laren, President Rain was captured on cameras asking the school staff to bring Tarkin Saul's portraits down. The event sparked controversy and raised questions about the president's intentions. The highly prestigious school of Torren Hill has been one of the best education centers for pre-high school education in Sordland. Yet, according to the reports from the visit, President Rain was not fond of the quality and the content of the education in the facilities. President Rain ordered Tarkin Saul's portraits to be brought down from the walls of the school, increasing the doubts about his loyalty to his party and its founder. Many nationalists and moderates, many of which also voted for Rain, have raised their concerns about President Rain's actions and criticized him for trying to erase Saul's identity. That's problem. That's problems. That's problematic. That's trouble. That's we kind of need the moderates on our side. I'm not surprised I've upset the nationalists with this action, but the moderates, especially with the vote that's coming up for the reforms of the government and whatnot, like to the Constitution, that's troubling. But hey, I stand by my decision. Blackhaven Times. Go ahead in reverse order here. Member of Assembly arrested. Oh dear. Mikhail Masoliner, an MP from the National Front Party, was arrested on Tuesday for supporting the Young Swords organization and aiding terrorism. Jesus. At least 2 other NFP members were also detained, lawyers said, in a major escalation of the government's crackdown on its opponents in the wake of the murder of Bernard Circus. Raids also took place in the cities of Jen and Erlery. Okay, this is not about crackdown on opponents. What? Oh my god. I just noticed the air quotes around aiding terrorism. My lord. My lord. The raids took place against a backdrop of rising criticism over the government's purge, which also saw the issuing of arrest warrants against 2 editors of Hallsword Post, who were known to be supporters of the Young Swords organization. There it is. I was like, I said nothing about arresting the press. Oh, they're not the press. God. Way to pick your sentence structure there, buddy. Blackhaven Times, got my eyes on you. Communist Party leader arrested. Dennis Stoller, the leader of... Really, Stoller? God. Dennis Stoller, the leader of the Communist Party of Sordland, has been detained along with at least 10 other members because of their reluctance to give testimony for crimes linked to terrorist propaganda. Police raided the Hallsword home of leader Dennis Stoller early on Friday. Stoller, a charismatic leader known as the Swordish Hegel by some admirers, had been targeted by several earlier investigations, but this is the first time that he has been detained. Hallsword accuses the CPS politicians of using the Red Youth organization to create terror and acting to further the interest of Millennialist administration of United Contana. Okay, well at least, I guess at least they were unbiased in their bias, you know what I mean? 6X Lord, is that because of the corruption police? I've never gotten this. Oh, real? Oh, interesting. Okay. Maybe. Cracking down on some of the crazy shenanigans going on in the background. But yeah, it might be that, or as a result of banning the parties, or a combination of the two. That's what I really like about this game as well. It's just like, it's hard to know exactly what is influencing, what. They really like their air quotes, yeah. Just ban all other parties. Honestly, it should just be me and nobody else. Clearly, I'm the only one who knows what they're doing over here. The Radical, what do you have to say? President Rain, the USP, and the Colonel. Oh, there's a headline. On Friday morning, President Rain and Education Minister Walda visited a middle school in Laren. Known to be a proudly Solist establishment, Torren Hill School is one of the most popular middle schools in Sordland. During the visit, the president was seen speaking with the pupils and school staff before he ordered the removal of Tarkin Sol's portrait from the building. The reasoning behind this controversial and brave move still stands as an unknown. Brave is a strong word, but it will surely create problems for President Rain with his own party. This event might have very well been just for show, or a sign that there are widening cracks between President Rain and the USP. Or is this a sign that the USP is finally feeling the pressure and opting for a change in their values? Whatever the case might be, the foundations of the USP and the cult figure of Tarkin Sol seem to be losing its strength. Interesting times. Interesting times. So I'm just taking a look at chat over here. Netus, how's it going? Glad you could join in today. Jazzy B, I've played 5 runs of this, and I'm still seeing many new things in this run. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad to hear that. That's again, when I talked about this game in my like 5 gems from 2020 video, and I know I was being a little premature in my judgment of this game because I'd only played so much of it because I didn't want to spoil it. But it's very evident right from the first like couple hours of playing this game that the threads are like, you know, endless, so to speak. There's like so many potential ways things could come together or fall apart. It's an easy game to fall in love with. They've done an excellent job of that element of like keeping folks on their toes for multiple playthroughs. So the communists and the nationalists effectively feel muzzled. Well, I mean, they've complained about that enough, but these aren't, like, that's the thing. They're using that as like a scapegoat argument almost. The reality is that we shut down 2 violent terrorist organizations that happened to also be youth groups for these 2 political like sides, and now they're using that as a way to be like as to use like a victim card, basically, like, oh look, the president's against our political beliefs. It's like, no, it's nothing. He's censoring our political beliefs. It's nothing about your political beliefs. This is not censorship. You have people out there literally murdering other people. That's a problem. You know, so that's and they're using that as like as an excuse, if you will. Hit that like button. Yeah, hit it, smack it, do whatever you want with it. But if you're enjoying the show, let me know. Ease, you said you're heading out. Well, thanks for coming through today, buddy. I hope you have a wonderful evening's rest. Have a pint. Good night's sleep, and a wonderful weekend ahead of you too. And yes, do hop into the Discord as well. Spindle dropping the link over there. You can see the link in chat. Link is in the description down below as well. And yes, there's a lot of Imperator action about to kick off on the Discord, as well as more Crusader Kings action still ongoing, as well as Blood Bowl. There's a lot of multiplayer gaming going on, but also just a fun place to hang out. All right, let's head back to Laren over here, briefing on the proposal of education reform. All right, before we head into this, I do want to have a quick sip of water here, folks. I'm losing my voice. All right, let's do this. Let's see if we get assassinated. BM, how's it going, buddy? Glad you can make it today. I hope you're having a wonderful week behind you and a good weekend ahead of you. Oh, I see, Ease. Shut down. Okay, my bad. I thought you said, I read you were shutting down. I thought you meant you were like shutting down for the day. My bad, man, my bad. My bad. Make sure you turn teams off. Don't keep your... Knowing you, I have to remind you. What do you think of Total War 3 Kingdoms? Warhammer gets most of the YouTube airtime, but 3K is my favorite Total War to date. I've been playing since the original Medieval. So I've been playing Total War since Shogun. I've enjoyed almost all of the games. I think Warhammer gets the most YouTube airtime because Warhammer also tends to get the most YouTube attention. I enjoy 3 Kingdoms. I hope they go back to more historical approaches to all their games is what I'll say on that front. But I do enjoy 3 Kingdoms. I've like the diplomacy stuff is awesome in that game. It's a fun game and it's beautiful too. Teams is off thanks to Natalie P. All right, Natalie's got your back this time. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff, Natalie. All right, we were still in Laren, staying at a modest guest house for state employees. Good. Okay, modest. Ciara set up a meeting with me and Lucian to go over her plans for education reform after our school visit. Honestly, Havoc. Never, apparently. Lucien was seated across from me at the table, going through documents. Sorry, read that all weird. Lucien was seated across from me at the table, going through documents. Ciara entered the room. After the visit yesterday, I couldn't even sleep thinking about that little boy and girl. I have never been more sure of my intentions to reform our education system. Lucien took off his reading glasses and put it on the table. I agree. An educational reform is necessary. There's no question about it. Exactly. Those students have to repeat the same solace propaganda every single day. They're being brainwashed at an age when their minds need to be free. On top of that, young girls are denied the same opportunity as boys. They're forced into the role of housewife before they even reach puberty. Nothing's changed since I went to school. Women like me, Lilius, Nia, even your wife, we had to study twice as hard to receive the same university education that you and Lucien took for granted. Is that the kind of country you want your daughter to grow up in? Mr. President, we need to bring change. We need to free the minds of these young people. They are our future. Very well. What do we need to do for education reform? Oh, Havoc. Yeah, that's what I'm joking about. That it'll never actually be 3 is the joke I'm making there. I dream of total war in India. That'd be dope, man. I wanted Southeast and East Asia to be a total war setting, or at least South and Southeast Asia. That makes for a very good total war setting as well. There's a lot of great history there to take advantage of. A lot of great history to take advantage of. Sorry, just going through chat real quick. Yeah, records mode 3 Kingdoms is the way to go, but even still, it's not entirely historical per se. I prefer records mode over romance mode 100%, but there are still, I mean, that's a long conversation I'd be willing to have in the Discord at some point. We need to keep politics out of the curriculum. Saul should only be viewed as a historical figure. Children shouldn't have to repeat his name every day. This is actively poisoning young, bright minds. Instead of thinking for themselves, they're learning to take things at face value. We also need to ensure boys and girls receive the same instruction. Handcrafts like knitting and sewing should be taught to both sexes or not at all. I'm glad she said that, because I'm of the volition personally that it should be taught to both. Because there are some basic skills here, like home economics and stuff like that. Sordland's youth must be technically skilled and capable for the next decade. That won't be possible with the amount of nationalistic indoctrination and narrow-minded thinking found in schools today. Either we raise a generation ready for the challenge of the future or not. What will it be, Mr. President? Yeah, Sierra, we got along. We got along, I believe. Oh, I don't actually have a note about her. Well, you know what? Yeah, there you go. You have a place in my notebook. Capital letters for the people we like, and you know what? The people we don't, let's disrespect them by decapitalizing their names. There you go. There you go. Done. Me and my petty my petty note taking. Cool. There it is. Awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. I could ask Lucien what he thinks. I could go ahead and say like, yeah, just reform it or maintain the traditional system. We're definitely not going to maintain the traditional system. I think it's... This is her job. But before we get into this, I'll say thanks to Sat M there, coming through with that super chat. Appreciate it greatly, buddy. Again, I say it all the time because it really does make a very big difference. Thank you so much. Supports the channel, supports these streams, keeps it all sustainable. Thank you very, very much for that. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, Ease. Automod is really bad. It can be really bad. And Havoc, yeah, you can take notes in game because all the threads get too complicated. You need to take notes. And so sorry. So what I was getting at here, asking Lucien for his advice. It's not his. Okay, who Lucien? You are my chief strategist. Okay, I guess it kind of is his job. It's tough. I just don't want her to feel like, oh, what you don't trust me? I'm the Minister of Education. You know what? It's her job. She takes lead on this. Go ahead, reform the education system. Let's go for number 2 here. I feel like 1 is a show of lack of faith. And the lack of faith disturbs me. So let's reform the education system. Go for it. I don't want her to feel sidelined in a conversation which is literally about how, like, she had to deal with this kind of crap. You know what I mean? David B. sounds good, man. Good luck with that. Hopefully it's not too harsh. But hopefully I'll catch you later. Yeah, thanks for dropping by. Have a wonderful Friday if I don't catch you later. And have a wonderful rest of the weekend as well if I don't catch you over the weekend. And Dad Marcus76, happy Friday to you as well. How's it going, buddy? Hope you've had a good week. Hope you've had a wonderful week. Yeah, let's go for it. Reform the education system. You will not regret it. I will get to work immediately. Now that the decision was made, let's move on. See, I like this guy a lot as well. He's a very no BS character. He arrives to meetings on time. He gets to the point. He's not going to make a big hubbub or fuss about like not being involved in everything. Like, dude's good. Dude's good. I like him. I like him. Very well. Ciara skimmed over her documents before continuing. After the budget increase, the ministry quickly began formulating plans on how to effectively use the money. But before moving forward, the question of keeping education fully state-funded or allowing for new private schools remains open. God damn it, why? Go ahead and make these decisions for me. Okay, tell us about the benefits of allowing private schools. See, I have been in mixed systems. Personally, I've experienced them personally in real life, and I don't know how the game is going to reflect them. It really depends on how it's executed. Also, yeah, I believe our notes officially say that Lucian is a homie. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yes, Lucian is a homie. Well, I can't. You know what? Actually, holy crap! I actually wrote cuts through the BS. Like, he's consistent. Honestly. Okay, so yeah, tell us about the benefits. I obviously want to listen to the opportunities here. If private schools have to adhere to the same curriculum, it would be fine. Exactly. Same curriculum, but salaries also matter. See, because like if you have private schools where teachers are getting paid significantly more than public schools because, you know, public schools can't afford it, then all the good teachers end up at the private schools. And now good education only happens at those private schools where there are the good teachers. And who can afford private schools? A very small cross-section of the population. And so it can create potential problems. So you not only have to control the curriculum, but you also have to keep salaries and stuff in check. It's a very difficult. The same thing goes for healthcare as well. When you're going to do mixed healthcare, the same thing kind of applies there as well. Jazzy B has you covered there. Yes, that's what you've missed over there, AL799. Glad you could join in. But yeah, all you've missed is we're talking about the education budget after visiting a fascist babies camp. Lots of indoctrinated children, yes. Honestly, that's the best way to describe it. I've made my opinion clear. I'm against it, but it would give us additional funds for education while increasing competition. It would go against our overall economic strategy of a planned economy. A few minutes of deliberation passed. We have enough money to improve education in Sordland. We do not need to complicate things further with a privatization incentive. Oh, okay. I guess my budget increase has helped cover that. Sounds good, Ease. Have fun, buddy. So what is your decision? Asks Ciara. Oh, man. Okay, so... Alright, chat. What do you think? What do you think? So, again, our overall economic strategy was about a purely planned economy, but as we've talked since the beginning of this series, our intent was to go more with a mixed economy, right? Was to mix private and public and just make sure private has some checks and balances in place. Bankruptcy o'clock. I feel like, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and throw this one out for a vote, because it's an interesting dilemma over here. So where's my polling? Go for the future of education. Havoc, you're headed out. Sounds good, folks. If you don't already know who Havoc is, by the way, if you don't recognize the name or the logo, do not hesitate to check him out as well. He is on YouTube, streams on Twitch as well, covers a lot of similar games to this channel as well. A big fan of strategy games in particular, also a Total War fan. So if you wanna check out more channels that cover these games as well, then Havoc is a great one to check out. Again, he's on YouTube and also streams on Twitch. So as he says his farewell, Something to keep in mind. Just throwing it out there. Thanks for dropping by today, buddy. Hope you had a good time, and I hope you have a good weekend ahead of you, man. Tough with work, but good luck. All right, the future of education. Private, allow privatization. I'm going to spell that wrong because I'm typing faster than I want to. Or public only. I wanted to make sure the order was correct. All right. The vote has begun. There you go. So, folks, remember the format there? It's exclamation mark, the word vote. You put a space, and then the number. 0 is to allow privatization. 1 is public only. So again, 0. Oh God, I hate. All right, hold on, folks. Wait. Stop voting. Stop voting. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change this because this is very confusing. Pausing the vote for a second. Gonna restart with better numbers because that's confusing as hell. Okay, so 0 is going to be abstain, all right? 1 is going to be privatize, and 2 is going to be public. Yeah, I think there was a lot of confusion for that one. Let's start that vote over. So, new vote, but I haven't voted yet. New vote begins now. And now the numbers match up. 1 is to initiate privatization. 2 is to keep education solely a matter of the state. Wait, solely a matter of the state? Oh, I don't know, man. All right, now get those votes. And then make sure you follow the format, swoosh kid. You can see some of the others got their format, the exclamation mark, vote, space, and then the number. You have to do that format, otherwise the vote will not count. So yeah, again, I'm pretty torn about this because drawing more funds is not a bad idea, especially when you consider our current budget situation. It'll allow for more competition and quality. CRS says as much as well, though, again, my concern is that it will take away from the public schools, right? On the flip side, going public only is in line with our economic strategy promise, but again, that's kind of like a little fuzzy because we're not exactly doing what the game thinks we're trying to do. But also, Ciara says that we have enough money to do it without the help of privatization. Yeah, Abbas, I'm not sure why YouTube is just not liking your messages. It's just constantly blocking your messages, even when you say the most innocent of things. I apologize for that, but hopefully YouTube gets the message with us constantly just approving your messages. Not looking good, you promised, though? Promised what, 6X Lord? Sorry. I do like Ciara's, oh my god, yes, even that YouTube blocked. What the hell, man? Sorry, dude. I've been trying. I think both mods, myself as well, have been like unhiding your messages, but YouTube just doesn't want to cut you any slack. Sorry. Increase the budget, so you already spent the money. Your election promise was state-run. Oh, I see what you're saying. Our election promise was to do a. We did a planned economy, and for education specifically, it was to focus on education. But let's go ahead and end the vote. I think that's the voting done. I don't see the numbers changing anymore, so we're going to go ahead and stop the vote there. And the winner is public sector. It won with 11 votes. Privatization was a very close second with 9, and 2 people abstained from voting. So that could have actually, those 2 votes could have made the decision. Could have made the decision actually a lot harder too. But all right, I guess we're going public only. That's been our democratically elected call there. Very close. That was very close. One day abstained will win the day. Oh my god, and it'll just be thrown right back at me. All right, so public won with 11 votes, and so we're going with public. Keep education solely a matter of the state. We need to prevent interference from private interests. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm going to try and... I remember with Battlefleet Gothic Armada, I did a little... It took a lot of coding, but I managed to show the polling on screen in some pretty nice kind of visual ways. I'm going to try and figure out how to do that for this game as well. I've been saying that for a while. I just haven't had the time, because they've kind of reworked how that works on the back end, like in terms of the actual development needed. But I'm going to try and figure it out for this game. I think it makes voting a bit more engaging and interesting when you can see in real time the bars going up and down and stuff. So I might try and figure that out. Anyway, there's definitely more than 9 ones up there. All the formatting seems okay. Make sure you're counting from like the second start of the vote, because the first vote was paused, and I let the second one go on for a little bit longer too, just to make sure anybody who missed it got in there, right? Yeah, 2 abstains, not just the 1. I'm open to multiple runs of this game once I'm done or dead. I'm not sure. Depends on people's interest, I suppose. Ease really wants to see me do a totalitarian run, but I don't know. We'll see. It depends on how people are interested, or how much people are interested, or how many people are interested. You know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at. Will do. That should be it for now. I will get to work and report back later. This has been a very productive day. I'll be returning to Hallsword. Well, have a good day, and thank you for your time as well. And also see you later. All of the above. Have a good day. And safe travels. There we go. We dispersed after spending nearly the entire day together. I took a moment to simply breathe the fresh evening air of Laren. I felt calmer here somehow, but I would have to return to the chaos of Hallsword soon enough. Alright, good stuff. Good stuff. Country overview has updated. I assume that's got to do with our, Black Tuesday crash. What is this? A currency crash, and the resulting economic fallout has led to a massive collapse of the financial system in Sordland. I imagine the news is going to talk about that. Okay, interesting. And welfare over here, education reform. The government of Sordland has removed nationalistic indoctrination and began changes that instill free thought and critical thinking. We've also modernized education techniques. With the new educational reform, plenty of new education techniques are being introduced. Furthermore, the influence of traditional teaching has been curbed. Good stuff. Most streams of this game need about 25 to 30 episodes to finish. Oh wow, okay. So it's quite long, especially with distractions and whatnot, I suppose. There's our ordered Sierra to start the Reformation. Good stuff. News, what do you have to say? Blackhaven Times. Kibner says, Rain is making a mistake. Of course he says that. Head of Sordland's second opposition party, National Front Party, Kesaro Kibner, has said President Rain will not be able to keep ruling the country without addressing policies that have negatively affected our security, culture, and economy. He blamed President Rain for not being open to any discussions about proper reforms. Kibner also criticized the PFJP leader, Franz Richter, for supporting President Rain. NFP cannot be a part of this nonsensical collaboration anymore, as it has been transformed into an anti-nationalist committee, said Kibner. He also explained his concerns over how PFJP supported Arcasian imperialism and only cared about profit at the expense of the Swordish people. Rain is making a mistake by working together with Richter, said Kibner, and criticized the committee for not discussing the real issues that surround Sordland. Well, hey, at least he believes that Richter is is supporting us. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. The Radical. Oh, it's talking about demonstrators being arrested. Tens of thousands of demonstrators were driven out from the city centers by riot police in the week. According to ground sources, thousands have been detained. The government has still not declared the real numbers or the identities of the individuals. The government crackdown on the protests around the country was swift and brought an end to the chaos in major cities such as Hallsword and Lackhaven. Reports from mayors around the country came in today, saying that the protests are under control and stability will return. Ah, good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. Very good stuff. At least some things are looking like they're going okay from time to time. Alright, back to Hallsword we go. A couple of reports over here. The Ministry of Education has started work on education reform. Minister of Education Ciara Walda is reporting that she has begun working on the approved education reform. The details of this education reform will be finalized over the upcoming months. If the reform package is accepted, the next steps of this process will be to discuss the indoctrination of education. Very well. United Contana launches second satellite. Intelligence reports that United Contana has successfully launched a second satellite, which has the capability of radio communications. Man, when's our investment in the pocket radio going to come through and pay for it? This means that United Contana radio communications will be able to be transmitted through a satellite for the first time ever. Technology that no other country currently possesses. Alright, good for them. And finally, meeting with Gloria Torre on planned reforms. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we need to get to Gloria Torre. Gloria Torre. Let's do a quick check on who she is exactly. Gloria Torre. Swordish politician, member of the Assembly, and the current Speaker. Okay. Very important then. Graduated from Hallsword State University, elected as the president of the student organization Republican Youth, supported the Democratic Revolutionaries. Okay. Credited for organizing several major student rallies. Alright, good stuff. During the last years of the Swordish monarchy. Very well, very well. Rose quickly in USP. Appointed as special advisor to the Minister of Interior in 1938. And she was elected as the Speaker of the Grand National Assembly in protest against President Ewald Alfonso's reformist agenda. Alright, good to know. Strong critic of Alfonso's presidency. Alright, we might be able to kind of meet in the middle with regards to that. Became famed for her obstructions in the assembly of some of his policies. Oh dear. That's something to be famous for. Alright, good stuff-ish. Let's see if we can't sway her. Again, this is about convincing people to be on board with our reform package for the Constitution. So it's kind of a big part of our presidency, right? I arrived at the Grand National Assembly, which was only a 5-minute drive away from the palace. Today, I had a private meeting with Gloria Torre, one of the leading figures of the USP, to get her approval for the proposal. She was also key in reaching 150 signatures to propose the new Constitution, as she had extensive control over our party's conservative and moderate wings. Oh no, man. This is going to push me to my limits, isn't it, with regards to how far I'm willing to bend my moral compass? Azerkill, I hope I pronounced that right. Let me know if not. Glad you could make it today. Glad you were able to catch a stream. How's it going, buddy? How's it going? Yeah, there are some pictures in general for this Baneling as well. Looking goddamn dope. As I walked through the corridors of the Grand National Assembly, I was confronted by my memories of the historic building. Despite being a member of Assembly not long ago, it now felt like the distant past. I walked into the left wing of the Assembly, which currently acted as the quarters of the USP. Gloria's office was the first one inside. I knocked on the door and entered. Here I am. Good morning, Mrs. Torre. Good to see you here, Mr. Rain. It was a small, neatly organized office. There were small figurines, photos, and plants around the place. It had a homey feel, unlike my own assembly office when I had worked there. On her gesture, I took a seat. The chair was very uncomfortable. That's how you do it. Always have an uncomfortable chair. Makes the meetings shorter. I love what you did with the office. How are you doing? Oh, dear. Oh, what kind of a person are you? God damn it. It's these little... I sweat these little things so much. I love what you did with the office. That's such small talk. This is both options are small talk, really. How are you doing, Mrs. Torre? I'm fine, Mr. Rain. How are you? Very happy to see you. It's been a while. Oh my god. Like, how much more obvious can you be that you're buttering her up? As good as I can be. Seems like the honest answer. It's the answer I usually fall back to. Good, all things considered. I don't want to show weakness right at the beginning of this conversation. You know? Oh, dear Lord. I'm fine too, thank you. Maybe we'll go with that. Yeah, man, that Baneling model was from like years ago, from like half a decade ago or so, like a whole. Well, it's been a long time. That was a fun model to make, though. But I mean, the paint job brings it to life, though. Paint job brings it to life. I've got some more 3D printing adventures to share. I'll do that eventually once they come to more fruition. I'm up to some pretty help on projects, you know, with whenever I get like a couple of minutes a day to work on this stuff. Very happy, love, fine. She's going to think you're putting the moves on her. That's true as well, Natalie. I got to be careful. I got to be very careful. Anyway, let's keep this simple, Mr. Rain. We both know why we're here. You want me to give you my support? Oh, no. I don't see why the backbone of the USP would support your rushed reforms. Don't you realize they go directly against the wishes of the founder of this party and the state? The reforms are not against anyone. It's all in the name of democracy. Mrs. Tory, I need you to help me here. My reforms are very critical for the future of Sordland, Mrs. Tory. I feel like 2 puts the cards in her hand. Where she's like, oh, you need me. Like, right off the bat, it's a show of, like, weakness, I guess, right? The reforms are not against anyone. It's all in the name of democracy. Okay. My reforms are very critical for the future of Sordland. It's between 1 or 3 over here. It's between 1 or 3. And she has been... She's been a very, like, present figure with regards to politics and... She's... God, it's almost like... It's almost like a decision between someone who cares about the people versus the country. Do you get what I mean? You know what I mean? I feel like democracy is the way to go. Worked at several jobs, including a lobbying firm, public speaking, debating, rose quickly, elected to the National Assembly. I'm gonna go with it's all in the name of democracy. I feel like 6X. I feel like the overly nationalistic tones there might, I don't know, rub her the wrong way. This is tough. Why not 2 take a collaborating approach? So my fear with 2 Spindle is that it's a show of weakness. It's like, I need you to help me here. You know, that's the problem there. Democracy is a joke, totalitarianism for the win, Ease. Let's try it. Let's take this risk over here, Antoine. The reforms are not against anyone. It's all in the name of democracy. In the name of democracy? Ah, god damn it. Uh-oh. You'd like the USP to disintegrate, wouldn't you, Mr. Rain? Even though you owe everything to Colonel Saul, I think you never liked him, nor the party he built. Okay. This is, not good. Not good. David, oh yeah, definitely, I mean, I try to make the right call from time to time. That might have been the wrong one, though. That's a fair point as well, Spindle. Problem isn't weakness, it's a lack of unity within your own party. That's a good point, too. I would never betray our party is not entirely necessarily true. I mean, I've tried to stay loyal to the moderates and the reformist wings in our party. One is reassuring. There's nothing personal about this. I feel like if I say there's nothing personal about this, she's going to be like, well, what about you taking down the portrait? What about, you know, like... I feel like there's a risk there. There's nothing personal about this. I've said a lot of anti-Solist stuff. 1, I guess, yeah, also sounds a bit dismissive. Let's go with 2. I would never betray our party. It's like kind of putting my foot down, being like, no, listen, I'm with the party here. I need the party with me. I also agree with what Spindle said earlier. It's that lack of unity is a bit of an issue. Yeah, I think to your point as well, it's like, I'm not trying to betray our party, I'm trying to evolve it so that it keeps winning elections, yeah. Whatever you intend to do, you will be facing quite the opposition. That's all I can say. Ooh, okay, well, I'm sure we can make a deal sounds like bribery. So, we're gonna go with number 2, and if that fails, maybe we can talk about 1. You know how when you get fired and the boss says it's not personal, but I want you gone? Yeah, honestly, eh? Loyalty to the party also isn't loyalty to Saul. Also a good point, yeah. You must understand that these reforms are a necessity. Let me explain. How? Oh no, the game just like, do it for me. Don't make me decide. My anxiety's going through the roof over here, man. Okay, we need these reforms to fix our problems with the unrestricted power of the Supreme Court, okay? The people of Sordland demand a change. The USP must give them what they want. We need the people's support. The USP is a party that knows how to react in changing times. We must lead the nation into the future. Oh, I feel like 3 is the way to go there. I feel like 3 is the way to go over here. The USP is a party that knows how to react in changing times. We must lead the nation into the future. I'll have a quick sip of water over here, folks. I gotta mull this one. It's between, I think it's between 2 and 3. 2 makes it sound like I would lead the party to do whatever the people need. Like, that I would never, like, for me, 2 is a bit of a weak stance. It's like, oh, well, the people demanded change, and that's all that matters. The party matters as well, obviously. The party has to evolve. There's that middle ground, the what's it called? Meeting in the middle. Compromise. I feel like 3 is the way to go. I feel like 3 is the way to go. No votes, party needs to learn. Yeah. Yeah, we're going with 3. We're going with 3. The USP is a party that knows how to react in changing times. We must lead the nation into the future. That's for the party to decide, not you. I seriously do not know if the Conservatives would be willing to support you at all, especially when you're trying to decrease the electoral threshold. You must know this will mean bringing the Communists into the Assembly. You probably have to deal with either them or maybe the PFJP. Oh, you probably have a deal with... Okay. Friends seem to be positive about giving you support too. I have no deal with anyone. You're pointing fingers without even thinking. That's starting an argument. I can reconsider the decrease in the threshold. I'd rather not. The decrease is important to democratize our elections. I feel like I had to deal with this accusation. Zev, I am the party. I like that. Yeah, I feel like I have no deal with anyone. People don't know what they need. I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like people know what they need, I would say, but they don't know necessarily how to get there or whatever you want to call it. It was like the big how it all comes together and stuff. I have no deal with anyone. This needs to be made clear. Not yet. Yeah, exactly. I don't have a deal, no. I just know what the PFJP wants. And I know... I have no deal with the Communists for sure. And I just know what Friends Richter and the PFJP want. In fact, Friends is also not really getting everything he wants either. Remember, he's always arguing for more. I don't believe we made a deal. We just know that they aren't going to say yes to or they're not going to say, they're not going to okay it unless certain demands are met. At least that's what memory serves. Either way, that's what I'm going to say. I have no deal with anyone. I don't know how your acts can even be justified inside the USP. Decreasing the threshold to 3% is unacceptable. You will be bringing all of the marginal parties into the Assembly and reducing our majority. I cannot allow you to destroy our party. Either this point is removed entirely, or there will be no discussion. Oh. Okay. That's an ultimatum. I don't quite like ultimatums, but I've got one on my hands now. Alright, will that ensure your support? Let's not make a decision just quite yet. Will that ensure your support? I don't know what to say before seeing a commitment from you, Mr. Rain. Well then that's what a nonsense response. The same goes for me. All I can promise is that the Conservatives will definitely oppose you unless you remove that clause. God damn it. I know, Wickles, you sent that message earlier, but I feel like it applies here as well. Time to arrange a car accident for Gloria Tori? Feels like it. Nah, I don't think I can promise it. No, not a chance. Look at the way she's talking. It's just like, oh, god damn it, I goddamn hate this stuff. By which I mean I love it. We're not going to change the reform. Because, okay, hang on a second. Where is our political overview? 130. Okay, we're basically guaranteed 70 votes. Well, I shouldn't say guaranteed, but 70 votes are likely to come through. We don't know the split of left, middle, right in R130. Gloria, so we need to speak to Gloria for the assembly, and we need to speak to Isabel Edmonds for the judiciary. So she's the only option for the for passing the legislative assembly. I need a supermajority. Yes, I remember. Yeah. So that would be 160 signatures, isn't it? Though the game, I think, said 150 at one point. I think we actually need 160. Use the marginal parties that come in and make deals with them if needed. Well, they wouldn't be able to come in unless the reforms go through first. It's part of the reforms. She is only acting for the conservatives. True. But how many conservatives are there in this party? I don't think it tells us. Like, we just know that there are some. We don't know how many of them are. Yeah, Albin speaks for the reformists in our party, yeah. Because the PFJP leader is Franz Richter. Albin is the one in our party. I don't believe he shows up here. No, he doesn't. Oh, man. This one's tough. The USP is very divided, yeah. How important is 3% to me? See, my concern is that if I remove that clause, Franz Richter goes, well, then the PFJP is not voting for you. And then we lose 70 votes. And we definitely will not have these 40 votes. Those 10 might vote for us, might not. Let's maybe ignore them. Right? So, my concern is we might lose, like, how many conservatives do you think we have in this group? God damn it, man. Does Suzerain even have an assassination mechanic? Not like Crusader Kings, per se, but I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to get assassinated. Dad Marcus, sounds good, buddy. Good luck with that meeting. Have a good one. If I don't catch you later, enjoy the rest of your Friday and weekend. The problem with changing 3% is that it affects all future reform attempts. That's also true. Pretty sure the threshold means no communists or bloods. Yes, that is what that means. It's probably intentionally... Oh, yeah. Tory, yeah. Is a 10% threshold so problematic? Lucian said there are 40 or more conservatives in the USP. Oh, okay, I didn't catch that. All right. 40, eh? Okay, that takes these guys down to 90. God damn it, man. It's tough, because this could bring an end to our push over here. So, okay, if 40 of these guys are conservatives, let's say, and they're going to say no, that brings us down to 90. 90 plus 70 is 160. It puts us on a very, 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 very thin line. God damn it. This was a big deal for the... Remind me, chat, if I'm forgetting. This was a pretty big deal for the PFJP, right? This was one of the big things they wanted to push. I don't think there was... I mean, maybe there was a way to, like, meet her in the middle, but I guess it sounds like she wants to see it gone. She literally says, removed entirely, or there'll be no discussion. Yeah, exactly. Some of the moderates might not be on board either, is the thing. 167 votes for a supermajority. Damn, it's going to be tough. Yeah, the option to take 8 was a long, long, long time ago. Alright, you know what? We're going to take a risk over here. What's life without risks, folks? What's life without risks? I feel like there's definitely been a bit of a push to like try and get me to change the reform, but ultimatums, talking to the president like this, not willing to budge, What else will they want if you concede this point? That's just it, right? It's like, well, what comes next? You give them an inch, they'll take a mile, right? I cannot promise that. God damn it, here we go. This is it. This might be the beginning of the end. This might be the beginning of the end. Jazzy B says, oh no. Abbas Abdi says, oh no. Alright. Here it is. Alright, Mr. President. I'm sorry I won't be able to help you. I wish you luck gathering the signatures you need. This might not work. She suddenly stood up. I must get back to work. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. President. She extended her hand for me for a handshake. Oh. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Number 4 sounds, very tempting right now. Number 4 sounds very tempting right now. I'm not going anywhere until you give me the signatures. I could say I'm not finished too, but I feel like I'm not finished leaves it open for bribery as opposed. Oh, god damn it! I'm seeing a lot of 4s. Remember, don't send the same message multiple times, folks. This is the old version, unfortunately. The new patch doesn't like work retroactively. God damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 4 here. I'm not going anywhere until you give me the signatures. 3 puts me back in control. I feel like 4 wrenches control. It's just like, nah, it's me now. God damn. All right, I gotta think about this. I gotta think about this. So 3. Okay. All right. Being reasonable, cooling off from the situation, and just like thinking about this for a minute. I feel like at least 3 will be like, oh, god damn, this could go either way. Like, I'm not finished. She might say, yes, you are. Please leave my office, right? I'm not going anywhere until you give me the signatures. She might just be like, well, that's not happening, so you can be seated for as long as you like. On the flip side, saying, I'm not finished, she might be like, okay, what do you want? I'm not going anywhere until you give me the signatures. Do I really believe she's actually just gonna, like, give me the signatures? Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting at, James. It's like, it sounds a little despotic, especially. What's happening? Dawn Strikes Back. We are currently trying to convince members of our party to vote in favor of our reforms. Alright, I'm not finished. I feel like it's a bit more tempered. Please do not humiliate yourself further, Mr. President. Yo. How do I assassinate this girl? Don't forget who you're talking to, or you will give me the signatures. This also sounds a little power hungry. Oh my god. These both sound very power hungry. Holy crap. Yikes indeed. Yikes indeed. Do tape recorders exist? I feel, what if this conversation is being recorded? We didn't check the space for bugs yet. Just walk away, you're not an autocrat. Ah, it's so true, but... Yeah, it's so true. We haven't been autocratic so far. Why start now? Tempting as it might be. She's not gonna, like, I'm not gonna get those signatures. And being more forceful about it won't get me those signatures either. Because if anything, it'll lose me more signatures. Because she'll go around to, like, the moderates and even, like, the left half of our party. She'll go to them and be like, yeah, so this is the conversation I had with the man that you're, you know, putting your faith in. He forced me. Like, that's not very democratic. You know what I mean? That's not very democratic. And if I'm supposedly doing this for the democracy, then I should walk away. Listen, I might lose the next election. I might lose this reformation, but I will not lose myself, and I will not lose my moral compass, right? If I wanted to be this kind of a person, then I would have taken those bribes. I would have, you know, given the businesses what they wanted, and I would have, you know, I can't be the autocrat here. I gotta move. Goodbye. I will remember this. God damn it. Time to get the anti-corruption police on her, yeah. I should have left the first time. Wickles. I left her room. Albin in the reformist wing was my last hope to get the needed 150 signatures for the proposal. Oh! Oh, I get to talk to Albin too? Even then, it looked quite uncertain if we could get 166 votes in the assembly. I went outside. Serge drove me back to the palace where I met Lucien and told him the bad news. Crap. God damn it. I feel like it's already done. She's very hard to win. Also now, as an added twist, if you let Monica... Wait, hold on. Monica will insist that you cancel that for her to support you? Sorry, I don't follow that. I had no hope. Oh, very well. Who is Gloria again? Gloria is the speaker of the assembly. No, I guess there wasn't a second optionality. I think it was. I think it's just saying that like the other wing. We have to rely on the other wing. Yeah, I was thrown off by that. But well, hey, you know, we'll take it in stride. Okay, no, there is a meeting with him. I don't remember this being discussed previously, but you know what? I'll take it. God damn it! What does he want? After our meeting with Gloria Tori and further discussions with the party and my cabinet, it was time to talk to Albin Clavin to get the reformist wing to support the proposal. They should really be on board with this. I also plan to finally present a more fleshed out proposal and declare our agenda to the party after our meeting. I walked into the left wing of the assembly and entered the quarters of the USP. When I reached the meeting hall, I saw many of our members conversing inside. Alright. After taking a glimpse inside, I went back into the corridor to look for the office of Albin Clavin, which was around the back of the place. When I reached his room, I knocked on his door and entered. Mr. President, welcome. The whole room was surrounded by bookshelves packed with files and papers. It was a small office with books and dossiers lying on every corner. It felt claustrophobic. On his gesture, I took a seat. Did a bomb drop in his office? No. How is everything going, Mr. Clavin? It's been busy. The party has been working very hard, Mr. President. Thank you for asking. How's it going for you in the palace? It depends on our meeting today. No, I'm feeling pretty good. That's great to hear. I wanted to express my gratitude for passing the Workers' Rights Act. It is one of my most comprehensive and successful political efforts. All right, we got an in here, folks. The Workers' Revolution will begin with small steps. There's an escalation of conversation. It was the right thing to do because our workers were suffering for decades. The party effort had to be supported. You and I see eye to eye on many subjects, including this one. I like number 4. I do believe we get along on quite a few things. On his gesture, I leapt over the desk and Batista bombed him. That's an unexpected reference to a Batista bomb. Conversation is meant to be very difficult. Good to know, good to know, good to know. That was the previous conversation. Well, I could say, yeah, you and I see eye to eye on many subjects, including this one. We like this man. Yes, we do. Music to my ears. It wouldn't be possible without Pascal Benoit's support. The labor union and several NGOs like Magnus Cartus also contributed to the campaigning. I have to say, the close collaboration between the palace and the party is going well. Looking forward to what we can accomplish with the reforms. Albin smiled and knocked on wood. You hear that, buddy? Anyway, sir, let's talk about the proposal. Thanks for coming here for my input, because there are some subjects where Gloria and I don't see eye to eye. Tell me about it. I have to say that most of the progressives were already starting to warm up to you. Your attempted change in the Constitution created quite a bit of excitement. One could dare to say an excitement that hasn't been felt since the 30s. Yet, there are some issues with the current status of the draft proposal, so we may need to contain our excitement a little longer. God damn it, man. I cannot support this in its current state. God damn it. I thought you were a Democrat. No, the party should respect my decisions. Okay, now, what's the problem? What's going on here? Where to even begin? First, I'll say that I'm concerned about the drastic decrease in the threshold. The reformist wing of the party will do its best to boycott it. That will have negative consequences for our party, since dozens of parties could potentially enter the parliament. Electoral finance reform reduces their ability to campaign, but nonetheless, the situation won't be in our favor at all. He paused and twiddled his thumbs. Are you serious, man? Reformists were expecting a reform about the term limits. Why is that not included in the proposal? Oh, God damn it, man. Oh, dear Lord. I'm surprised that Albin would also have preferred to see the threshold change. What a... God. Such anti-democratic people. Yeah, he's the one who tried to reduce those funds for those small parties. That's a good point. Why do we not have term limits included? This is only my first term. It's too soon to bring term limits. We can address that today. That wasn't a priority. God damn it. He's democratic, yeah. Air quotes. I mean, he has a point, but if you want to win votes, just have a good platform, have a good foundation. Don't strip smaller parties of a chance to represent. So many problems. Politicians be politicking, yeah, for real. All right, we can address that today. What does he want? Term limits being democratic is an interesting conversation as well. We've talked about this a couple times, where it's just like, well, if you want to re-elect the same, say, head of government, to use a generic term, why can't you? I guess it's a weird one. We've talked about this a couple times though. Okay, let's address this today. Maybe we can give this. We can. I think I'm less concerned about term limits than I am about the overall composition of Parliament. That's good to know. Let's see then. What are you thinking about? What? Why don't you tell me what you want? How kind of a negotiation is this? Challenge him to a thumb war? Damn. Should have thought about that sooner. God damn it. Then we go back to Saul. He won 5 elections. Yeah, but he also like rigged the elections, right? Don't you see, Claven? I want to reign forever. All right. We'll bring term limits of 2. A pleasant surprise. Let's move on. The hell else do you want? He looked down at the proposal. It's looking good. I will support the proposal and get the needed signatures from our wing. Oh, okay, fantastic. I believe the reformist votes that I have will be very important to you. Who knows? Maybe you'll consider me for a job in the government in the future for this. I could say you bet I will. That's not a promise. He said maybe you'll consider me for a job. See, like, he hasn't said maybe I'll have a job. He didn't say also I want a job in the government in the future for this. I feel like if I say I'll be expecting your votes, that's authoritarian. If I say I'll consider you if you prove yourself useful in the vote, that sounds also a little scummy, doesn't it? I feel like you bet I will, Mr. Claven, is like kind of a friendly, like, yeah, you bet I'll consider you. One will be read as a promise. You think so? He's the oiliest of used car salesmen. It's the first time I've heard that used as a descriptor, and I love it. Two is like, do a good job and we'll see, I guess. It's also non-committal. It also just says consider. True. I think 3 is dangerous. Okay, fair. We can go with 2. We can go with 2. That's a good point. That's why I like live streaming this game as well. It like lets me think of things from other perspectives and not just go with that gut reaction every time. I'll consider you if you prove yourself useful in the vote. Oh, you know I will, Mr. President. I'll talk to my guys shortly. I'll have their signatures soon. Don't botch it. Nah, thank you, Mr. Clavin. don't wanna antagonize this man on my way out. See you in the conference, Mr. President. See, he was a lot more... If Gloria had spoken to me like Albin did, maybe I would have actually changed that threshold. This guy was at least, you know, polite about his request. You know? I left his room and went back into the corridor. The meeting had exhausted me. I went to the restaurant of the assembly to get something to eat while conversing with other members of our party. I saw Albin talking to his people in the distance. After a while, the preparations for the conference began, and I went back into the conference hall and prepared my notes for the speech I was going to make. Oh dear. It took time to get all the present members of the party inside the hall. Gloria Tori announced me from the stand. I walked up to the stand as everybody in the room started clapping. Well, that's promising. God damn it, man. Oh, God. This is, dear members of Assembly, ladies and gentlemen of the party. No, okay, I'm not going to do number 1. That's only addressing my party. This is the whole Assembly that we're talking to. Right? For the preparations of the conference, the present members of the party... No, hang on a second. Who am I giving this speech to? I guess it's just my party, eh? Yeah, the pressure is real here. Yeah, it is just my party. But I think 2 is still... Oh, god damn it. Yeah, it's a USP conference. Yeah. I feel like 2... Dear members of Assembly. You know what? I feel like 3 feels very weird, feels very out of place, feels very, you know, solaced almost. 2 seems like... It feels like talking to them based on who they are, as opposed to 1, which is our association to each other. What's tearing me apart is that 1 also feels like, hey, I'm one of you guys, you know? That's the well, 2 is also accurate. God damn it. Remember, you've won the reformists. Yeah. Ah, god damn it, this is such a struggle. You know what, I'm actually gonna go with 1. I'm hoping that by saying ladies and gentlemen of the party, they'll feel, the conservatives will feel like I'm with them. It's about the moderates now, yeah. I'm overthinking. I'm always overthinking, man. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the party. I came here today to announce the agenda for the future of our country. I started my speech with the reasons of the changes to the Constitution. Okay, the people of Sordland have spoken. Our system and institutions have increasingly become undemocratic. The Supreme Court is blocking the future of Sordland. Okay, the people of Sordland have spoken. They blame our institutions and our systems and want change. Can you blame the people? Haven't we had enough with the flaws of our Constitution? We must listen to their wishes and get their trust in Sordland back. I paused as they started clapping and continued. Okay, good. Talk about democracy, talk about why USB needs this to survive the next elections. Target the old guards in the Supreme Court. Okay, we'll talk about why the USB needs this to survive the next elections. I brought attention to the people's protests and the slight decrease in the popularity of USP. I explained how our proposal will only be beneficial for everybody. The moderates that sat in the center started applauding. Okay, good stuff. Later, I explained the contents of the new constitution and asked for their full support for the proposal. Order them to vote yes, threaten them to vote yes. I will ask for their votes. I think the decision here is obvious. I asked for each and every member's vote to make a change together. The reformist wing on the left stood up and started clapping loudly after Albin Clavin made a sign. Oh my god, politics, man. I saluted everybody in the room one last time and bid them farewell before leaving the stand. I walked outside the assembly and back into the palace. feel like that went relatively well. Feel like that went all right. Yeah, that was okay. That wasn't so bad. I have most likely failed to convince Gloria and the conservative wing of the USP to support the reform package. Albin has promised that the reformist wing of the USP will support the reform package. Right, good stuff. What does the news have to say? The Hall Sword Post. President meets the USP. Today, President Rain has met with his party members in a party meeting in the Grand National Assembly of Sordland, where the current situation of the country and future plans of the party were likely discussed. It was later reported that President Rain used the meeting to give a speech to the party and announce the contents of the first draft of the new constitution. The details of the meeting were not made public, nor what the draft contained. It does look like we've reached the end of Chapter 2 indeed. Oh no, it's just the turn. This turn is over. Balance of power in Eastern Mercopa. Alright, I assume this is about trade deals and alliances and military aggression. Oh, Lord. Well enough that no one shot at me? Yeah, I suppose that counts as a win. Honestly, I feel like just end it. Just end it. Alright, what do we got going on? We're good. News has what to say. The Radical. Archaic state of Sordland's conscription laws. Dear reader, I ask you this. What year are we in? 1880s? 1920s? The matter I'm writing about is, of course, mandatory military service again. In times when there are no active wars, why do we still need to have these archaic conscription laws? Let me answer that. It is because someone profits from it. Not only does this make the warmongering solists happy, it also works out for large defense corporations. The oligarchs are now swimming in money while we still have to send our children away when they come of age. We're in the modern age. If we want to modernize Sordland and catch up to the superpowers, if we want to lose this militaristic identity so that we can intellectually prosper, mandatory conscription laws need to go. Oh, this is an interesting turn of events. The 1750s, of course, 2021. Yeah, we're in the 20s, technically. Geopolitical. Rain to meet with Smollett and Van Horten. Sordland is embarking on a great geopolitical gamble with new trade initiatives organized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The hope is the solidification of relations with the old ally Agnolia and the troublesome neighbor Welland, with the aim of regaining some of the regional diplomatic influence the country used to have. Each of these countries have a different agenda, which will create some difficulties for President Rain. PM Van Horten, who was elected through a powerful democratic movement, wants to reimagine trade with Sordland, while President Smollett of Welland is looking for new foreign direct investments and security cooperations against rebellious, Blutish movements at the border. Lesbia and Vogsland are watching Sordland's actions very closely and are sure to react to any sort of balance of power shift. Smollett is an interesting chap. You're saying Smollett is the guy in charge of Welland? Oh, yeah, I can only imagine he'd be interesting. I can only imagine he'd be interesting. He's the man who wants us to help eradicate an entire people, basically. We need nukes, says Abbas. I mean, yeah, ICBMs are a thing. Though, you know, they don't have the range needed to hit their targets, dropping into the water. ICBMs are a thing, though. What do we have over here? Black Tuesday. A massive currency crash and market rout has put us in dire straits. Yikes. Is that because of our budget situation, or is this like always a thing? A shocking currency crash has struck Sordland when the money supply in the country tripled due to a successive event of panic selling after the markets opened with a quarter loss. The chain reaction caused massive currency fluctuations and an increase in consumer prices. The Central Bank of Sordland implemented emergency freezes on transactions and lowered interest rates to incentivize spending. Ooh. Yeah, it's a stock market crash, yeah. But stonks only go up. They're not supposed to go down. Troubling news indeed. Troubling news indeed. No, it's not about shop. I mean, I guess it's indirectly it is tied to shopping, but no, this is not a Black Friday equivalent. I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there. Troubling news indeed. Troubling news indeed. The Religious Harmony Bill needs to be signed or vetoed. See, all those reformists who want to prevent my veto power, And yet here's a bill that I'm sure they would all prefer that I veto. I'm definitely going to, I think this is going to be the one time we use our veto here, because this is if it is what I think it is, it's pretty gross. For the purposes of increasing religious harmony and unity, the following laws are established in religious affairs. Section 1 of the RHB will ensure that the Day of Dissension ceremony in the Ark Sanctuary of Dare shall from now on only hold sermons in the Swordish language. Section 2 will forbid sanctuaries from holding sermons in Blutish unless they receive approval from the Archpriest of Sordland. Section 3 will enforce that all priests applying to be state-sanctioned have Swordish descendants to be able to receive their salaries and pensions. Like, that is... Oh, we're vetoing this. That ain't right. Harmony is such a nice word, and then propaganda happens. Yeah, it's a religious harmony bill. That's how you do it, right? And when the politicians don't have enough time to actually read all the bills. Oh, hot damn! I didn't. That just happened, didn't it? Yeah, Natalie, it's quite the session today. Oh, it's got nothing to do with harmony. Well, I see how they're defining harmony here. Well, you know, if everybody follows does it in the same language, it's technically harmonious. It's technically unified, but you know, connotation versus denotation. We're definitely vetoing this. This is the opposite of harmony. Yeah. Not a chance in hell. Oh, more news reports. Let's go to the bottom first. Okay, 1 step forward, 3 steps back, of course. The country just experienced its worst day since the Civil War of the 20s. Which administration was in power when billions were wiped off of our economy and a huge part of our populace is now facing extreme poverty? The Rain administration. Our escape from one incompetent leader has led us to another. I gotta give points for that. There is collective agreement that our nation is in a tight spot and the road ahead is difficult, but what happened on this Black Tuesday might have just shattered our dreams. Our word of advice is to vote with your gut in the upcoming election. This might very well be our worst day. Oh, this is not good. President Rain protects religious freedoms. President Rain has recently vetoed the outrageous Religious Harmony Bill. The bill was aiming to limit the freedoms of Blutish people in Sordland. The MP to propose this bill was, of course, Casaro Kibner, the leader of the NFP himself. Mr. Kibner has never stopped his attacks on Blutish people, and we are sure that he will continue his continuous onslaught and his attempts to further divide the country. President Rain's decision to veto this misogynistic bill, which was a clear attack on religious and personal freedoms, will be welcomed by Bloods and Swords alike. I don't remember any misogyny in the bill, but there was a lot of nationalistic and what's it called when you divide communal talking points. But anyway, I didn't like the bill either way. So. The Economists here, our darkest day. Black Tuesday is the worst day in recorded history. Our entire team is still shocked by what happened this morning when the entire market of Sordland collapsed. First the opening with a quarter loss, then the panic selling, and a sudden rise of prices all around the country. Most patriotic investors have begun buying cheap assets to flood the market with much-needed currency. The central bank's announcement of a freeze on transactions and withdrawals caused more concern, but will help stabilize the situation. Millions face food insecurity, and the prospects of getting out of the recession have dimmed significantly. Man, this is not good. Market crash in Sordland. Of course, every newspaper is talking about it. This is big news. The chances of Sordland to become a key economically developing nation in the OMEC organization have been shattered today when Black Tuesday struck and the nation has just gone back 10 years in development. These developments are a cause of major concern because nations like Rumburg are watching Sordland closely, and any weakness will be perceived as another reason to make dangerous gambles. Sordland will be significantly weakened, and regional powers will use any opportunity to subjugate the nation. The financial weakness also could be an opportunity to take ideological risks and draw closer to the United Cantana system, which bears its own downsides. Either way, this is a sad day for this country, and the future is even more uncertain. It's not very promising. Black Tuesday caused a financial collapse today around the country, and the immediate effects are being felt in Lackhaven, with shops closing and hastily adapting to the prices of goods rapidly tripling. Thousands of people were seen waiting in front of shops, forming queues to buy necessary supplies as part of the mass panic caused by the crisis. The financial repercussions are now influencing all facets of society. Holy crap. Things are on fire here. Things are on fire. Paul Sword, Ministry of Health discusses privatization. The Ministry of Health has begun working on a health report with a proposal to allow privatization in the health system to potentially generate new resources for the ministry. Minister Beniwal is personally overseeing the discussion on the report with top aides, including members from the National Business Council. Oh dear. Will the pocket radio save us? I don't know. That's our personal wealth versus our government budget. Yikes. I'm thinking back to when everybody was saying, nah, you can go into negatives, you'll be fine. And now here we are. Yikes. I don't think it happens unless you check certain boxes, so to speak, AL799. I think our decision-making has led to this, and that -3 for government budget has probably led to this. We're going to have to make some very harsh decisions moving forward. A call from Gus Manger, probably an opportunistic call. This is troubling news, and the future of not just our presidency, but the nation as a whole, well, seems a little less certain. But folks, we won't know until next time, because this is where we're calling it a session. As always, Fridays we go for roughly 2 hours or so. We're at that mark here, folks. Before I start another conversation that will last, who knows how long, this is where we're going to be calling it. I hope you enjoyed today's session. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button on your way out, whether you're watching live or the VOD. Again, leave a comment as well. If you are, watching the VOD, leave a comment. Let me know what you feel. I've been reading all the comments, keeping up with all that as well. Spindle over there dropping the Discord link. Make sure you join our Discord if you haven't already. Today is a pretty packed day for me during the morning/afternoon, because I want to get all my recording and stuff done for the weekend ahead of schedule. But I will be hopping in this evening as well. Just for a nice, good, chill time to bring the weekend in after this rather wild week. But yeah, join in on the Discord, a wonderful community of folks, just like-minded individuals playing all sorts of fantastic games. We got multiplayer, we got single player, we got sharing screenshots, we got stories, we got just chill vibes. It's a good place. It's a good time. Don't hesitate to join. The link is in the description down below as well if you missed it in chat. But folks, yes, this is where we have to call it. I know it's a bit of a cliffhanger kind of a situation. Very nervous to see how things proceed, but that is going to be it for today. I want to give, of course, a big old thanks to all the super chatters and new members today for joining in. Again, supports the channel, supports these streams, makes a massive difference. So thank you very much for that. And of course, a massive thanks to all of the channel members and patrons who have been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Year over year now. I greatly appreciate it. It really helps the channel out, keeps us alive and running smoothly, like I always say. And of course, a big old thanks to all of y'all for watching. Whether you managed to join in live or you're joining in with the VOD, whatever it might be, thank you very much. Like I say always as well, the channel wouldn't exist if it wasn't for each and every one of you. So thank you very, very much. And yes, Abbas, sorry about YouTube just not letting your chat messages come through. That was unfortunate. Folks, leave a like, because we got to end this positively. God, ain't that the truth? If we can get at least 7 more likes, we can have a nice ending. Join Discord, lovely community. Absolutely. Again, YouTube was just being weird today. Hopefully it's just today. Hopefully it doesn't happen again next time. Again, just as a reminder, I am going to be streaming on Monday, Crusader Kings 3 again, same time. Then on Tuesday, we'll be back with Phantom Brigade. Same time as well. That actually got a new update this past week, so I'm very excited to finally dive in with these updated new mechanics and weapons and all sorts of cool stuff. And then we're back again Friday at the same time to continue our story. We'll see how long is left in it. We're either going to get assassinated or voted out. Either way, it'll be interesting. Folks, thank you for joining in. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your Friday. Have yourself a wonderful weekend if I don't catch you before the start of next week. Whenever I do catch you, until then, cheers.